Hello, it's Dee with Cooking with Her Spoon. Rocking my new apron. Shout out to Classy Stitches in downtown Clayton, North Carolina. Okay guys, so I've already gotten started. Tonight's meal is going to be collard greens and chicken and noodle. So, with the no yolk egg noodles is what we're going to use. So I have my water in with my smoked neck bones, like I did for my turnip salad, my mustard greens, I think is what my video was. So I have my water over here, that's for my noodles. So my chicken has already been rinsed and sliced. So I'm going to go ahead and get the chicken on, and then I'm going to go ahead and get the noodles on. So I have my pot here for my chicken, and I'm going to pour cold water in for my chicken. Grab my tongs. I'm going to toss these chicken strips in here that I cut up. I just use boneless, skinless chicken breast, thin chicken breast. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put salt, just regular iodized sea salt is what I'm using tonight. I'm going to go ahead and salt my water that my noodles go in as well. So, my water is hot over here where my noodles are going in. And so, I use the different no yolk noodles. Tonight, I'm going to use the extra broad kind. You can buy these from Food Lion and probably Walmart, maybe. So I'm going to just dump this whole bag in to my hot water over here. Okay. And I've already cleaned my collards. So, let me get my spoon and stir my noodles up some. And get them nice and soaked in the water so they can cook. I've already cleaned my collards. So they are ready to go in. Because the smoked neck bones have been cooking for about a good 15 to 20 minutes, I'd say. So we're ready to put our collards in. And what I did for my collards, I just rolled them and I cut them in strips. And then I just cleaned them really good. I'm just going to throw these in. Like that. Alright. And I'll go ahead and put salt and pepper on my collards. And it won't take them too long to cook because I don't have a lot of them in the pot. I'm going to put me some crushed red pepper in. Hopefully I didn't dump too much. And then a little bit of sugar. Just a little bit. Alright. Now, pretty much all I'm going to do is just keep an eye on my chicken, because once it gets done, we're going to take it and strain it from the water. Then we're going to pop it in with our noodles. And all you pretty much add to your noodles is this chicken broth is what I use. Once my noodles are done, I'm going to pour most of the water off and replace it with this chicken broth. And then I'm going to add a little bit more salt and black pepper to it. So, my collards are beginning to cook some already. Let's stir those down. I always love the smell of these smoked neck bones. They smell so delicious. So delicious. Put my spoon over here. And I'm going to have Jiffy cornbread as my bread for tonight. I don't feel like frying hush puppies. I will definitely show you guys how I fry, what I use when I fix my hush puppies. They are delicious, but I do not feel like cooking any tonight. Do not feel it. And the no yolk extra broad noodles are the smaller noodles, so they usually cook pretty fast. I like these because they're easy to chew. They're not the big clumpy ones, so to speak. So my collards are doing really good. Let's see if I can get you guys in this pot. See those? How good they're cooking. And y'all already know what I add to my greens. Seasoning grease, which is my go-to seasoning grease, is only bacon. Bacon is my only seasoning grease that I save to use in my greens. Now, see, my chicken is trying to cook some. So let's grab this spoon and stir it so it can go ahead and do what it do. Right? Collards are smelling delicious. So pretty much we're going to go over the seasonings. Just iodized sea salt is what I'm using tonight. Just your regular black pepper. And crushed red pepper. Oops, there it goes. Crushed red pepper. Those are my seasonings for tonight. Keeping it simple, but it's so good. And then the chicken broth, of course, will go in my noodles once they're done. So normally with my greens, I add more water, hot water that is, and let it cook down. But since we don't have a lot of greens in this pot tonight, I think my water level is okay for it to cook down with what I already have. I think we're good with that. I don't like to put my chicken in my noodles until the chicken is done. So it's almost there. Because what's going to happen is once your chicken gets done and we strain it, the noodles should be done by that time for the most part. And then everything can kind of blend together. And this is a pretty easy and quick meal as well. This is one of those meals that take less than 10 minutes to prep, I would say. And then, you know, the cooking time may be about 20 minutes. All depending on how much chicken you have to cook. All depending on how big your noodles are. And the size pot you're using for that. How many people you have to feed. That type of thing. It's nothing that's real tedious. I'll say that. That's why I wanted to get it started. A little bit of prep stuff done before we start the video, because it's things that you guys already know how to do. Well, some of you know how to do. I can't assume everybody cooks, because one of the main reasons why I wanted to start my YouTube channel was to teach people how to cook that didn't know how to cook, and making it simple for you to learn how to cook. It don't have to be this big deal. You can really cook good food without being stressed out. I promise you, you can. I promise you can. So my chicken is done. And what I'm going to do is switch my noodles out with my collards. You remember I told you guys on my other video, this is not my favorite stove at all. Because it only has one big light. And And that bugs me because I'm one of them that like to cook and be able to have everything done at the same time. So you don't want your noodles to overcook. That's a no-no. They are disgusting when they overcook. So I'm going to go ahead and strain the water off my chicken. I'm going to sit it to the side. And my noodles are really done now. So I'm going to pour most of my water off the noodles. Like so. I'm just going to shake my broth up. Pop it open. And pour my whole, this is 32 ounces of chicken broth that comes in this box that I use. And to me, that's a perfect amount for this size bag of noodles. And then we're going to dump the chicken right on top. Just like that. Now, we're going to just lightly roll my spoon back and forth to get my chicken in. Then remember what I said about putting a little bit more salt? So we're going to add a little bit more salt. And we're going to add some black pepper. Now I do like for this to cook a little bit with the chicken in it for maybe about 3 minutes, 3 to 5 if that. Because like I said, once the chicken is done, you're pretty much good to go. Because the noodles, it takes no time for it to get done. So, gonna let that cook for just a few minutes. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my ingredients for my jiffy. So I can get ready to pop it in the oven. This is one of my faves, Jiffy cornbread. Simple but delicious. 1 egg, 1/3 cup of milk. You can't beat that. So we have the Jiffy over here in the bowl. Maybe I'll slide this forward so you guys can see the bowl. I'd like for you to see what I'm working on. Grabbing my milk and my egg. Okay. So 1 large egg. And 1/3 cup of milk. Measuring cup here. There we go. And I love this lactate whole milk. It's very, very good and easy on your digestive system. Got our whisk. Just going to give that a twirl a couple of times. Make sure all the dry ingredients are mixed up with our Jiffy. And now I'm going to pop it in a pan. Small pan. This is one of of my favorite pans. I love glass cookware. Love it, love it, love it. Glass bakeware to be exact. Love it. Got a little bit of non-stick spray action going on. And let's see. My favorite spatula, my red one. You guys remember that one? This one right here, my fave. Rubber spatula. I'm gonna get better organized one day, guys, and have all my stuff laid out. I came in from work and I'm like, I'm gonna cook tonight, but I don't think I'm gonna record. But then I'm like, wait a minute, I have not shown them my chicken and noodles. So I have to record. So y'all look over the unorganizing tonight that I don't have in place, because I wasn't gonna record, but then I'm like, yeah, I gotta do it. So, okay, we got this Jiffy. I'm gonna pop it in the oven, and it's thinking that it's ready. So, I'm going to show you guys this chicken and noodle. Yes. Look at that. Hearty and delicious and perfect for a cold day like we're having today. Perfect, perfect. And my collards are almost done. Almost done. So by the time my Jiffy gets done, my collards will be good and ready to eat. And what I'm going to do now is turn my noodles off, because they are done. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Please like, please comment, ask questions, subscribe, share. Thank you. Good night.